Hi, Becky. Good morning.
Hi, Bonnie.
Can you see me? I'm in here.
I
I'm,
can't see you, but I
I
can
can
hear
see
you.
you. Okay, good. Well, that's even better.
That is better.
How are you today?
Oh, I'm good. I love this cool weather we had this morning.
I do too. I actually went outside and walked last night and I didn't die from heat. So
Yeah,
it was a nice evening.
yeah. I
Are you
think the
riding
heat.
your bikes? Are you going to Athens and riding your bikes?
Probably tomorrow. We planned if it doesn't rain, we're going to go bike riding.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Well,
It's
what are we
always
making today? I think we're making breakfast, right?
we are. These are going to be easy recipes that you can cook up really fast, and the overnight oats you can actually put in the refrigerator, so you can just grab them and go. So this is just some ideas for breakfast, something
Well, I've
quick.
heard I've heard that those overnight oats are really good and really healthy. So I think I'm going to try them. I'm going to get this recipe and I'm going to try them myself.
Okay, good. I hope a lot of
Hey,
people try them.
I hope a lot of people do too.
Yeah. Just a couple things about breakfast. If you look at the word breakfast, it's actually break fast. And what you're doing in the morning is actually breaking a fast, because you don't eat all night long, or at least you hope you don't eat all night long. But some people do get up and get out, have a midnight snack, right?
Right.
Dagwood. But anyway, it's time to break your fast. All night long, your body is actually working. You may go to sleep, but your body is still working. So when you wake up in the morning, you're probably needing to get some water, because your
Or
body's probably a little dehydrated.
and get rid
So,
of some water from the night before.
well, yeah, that's first. You're funny.
Ha
And then
ha.
after you do that, Bonnie, one of the things that we learn in Matter of Balance is you get up in the morning and you just stretch.
Oh,
Remember that one?
yes.
Scratch. Yeah. So you
I'm
got to
glad
get
you
those.
remember all of those things.
Yeah, let's hope so. You got to get all those joints working, and you got to get those muscles stretched out. And then when you come to the kitchen, don't grab for that cup of coffee at first. Drink you some water. Drink some water. That helps hydrate yourself. Coffee is very dehydrating, so you want to make sure you drink water first thing off.
First
If
thing
you
when you get up.
Yes. And if you really want to do yourself good, if you take a fresh squeezed lemon and put in your water, it's actually very good for your liver. It sort of helps detoxify the body a little. So
Well,
just a
that's
little,
good to know.
yeah, a little FYI. But make sure you drink your water first thing in the morning, and afternoon, and night. They say if you drink water, of course, that becomes a problem in the middle of the night. But if you drink some water before you go to bed, it actually helps you sleep a little better until you got to get up and get rid of it, right?
Right. Right.
So
So
breakfast
these
being,
oats will be ready to go, right? In the morning.
yep. So when you get up in the morning and have your cup of coffee, you can sit down with your oats, or I'm going to show you an egg, scrambled egg that cooks in 1 minute, 30 seconds. So it'll be really fast.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
So you want to start off with some nutrition. Oats has a lot of whole grain. It has fiber. Those are things that's really good. This one actually has blueberries, and I've got a banana in the one we're about to do. And of course, those are a lot of vitamins, a lot of nutrients. So you want to get that stuff started in the morning. I just can't, breakfast is so important. I know a lot of people I've heard say, well, I don't like breakfast. Well, your breakfast, especially if you're retired, um, your breakfast can be at 10 o'clock. It doesn't have to be at 8 in the morning.
Yeah, for
Um,
those people that don't have time for breakfast.
yeah. But if you are heading out to work, or you're heading to take the kids to school, or the kids are heading out to school, these are good recipes because they're nice and quick and they're healthy. So
Good.
let's get started.
Okay, what are we starting with?
First one we're going to do is the blueberry banana overnight oats. So what I have a little quart jar. It's 16-ounce pint jar. And so to this, what I'm going to add is a half a cup of oats. And what you need to remember when you're making your overnight oats, it's a ratio. It's a half a cup of liquid or yogurt or whatever, half a cup of oats, and I think it's a fourth a cup to half a cup of fruit, if you want to put fruit in it. So I've got a half a cup of oats, where you always start off. The recipe I have calls for chia seed. Now, not everybody has this, and I understand that. But I'm telling you what, this chia seed has been wonderful. It adds such fiber to your oats that it is wonderful. And it's got a really nice...
Where do you find those? In the store?
I got this at Kroger's. This is called the Red Mill. So it was in that section where the flowers are. It's called Red Mill, Bob's Red Mill. It was in there. Now, they are expensive, so you don't have to do these. You can always add a little flaxseed. Anything that's got more fiber, you can always put in there and it's good. So you don't have to have these. It's optional. But I really like them. Really like them. So to this, I'm going to add... Do they have a flavor? It's almost nutty. Almost a nutty flavor. Okay. And they swell up, and it's sort of like tapioca pudding, how that swells up. That's sort of what this does. And it fills you up. It does. It fills you up, keeps you filled up longer. I think Dr. Oz was big on chia seeds a while back. So I'm going to put a tablespoon of chia seeds in with my oats. Okay, to this, let me get a spoon. To this, I'm just going to give it a little stir. This is where if you want to put some cinnamon, something like that, you can add your flavors. But this is just oats and my chia seed. Okay, next I'm going to add my wet ingredients. The recipe that's online, it calls for a coconut milk. And it's an unsweetened coconut milk. And you don't have to do that either. You can put regular milk. But the coconut milk just adds a little bit more flavor. And some people can't have the dairy. So if you can't have the dairy, this is wonderful. Coconut milk just comes in a can. Okay. You can buy it at Kroger's in the Asian area, I think it is. So you just buy a can of coconut milk. And when it comes out of the can, it's sort of, it needs stirred. It separates. So this, I put it in this container and I separate, or I stirred it up. So my
now,
liquid
is that
today,
something that will, hang on, is that something that will stay for a while? I mean, if you buy that, can you keep that for a while and reuse that?
Yeah, I used to drink it in my coffee. Gave it a little coconut flavor. Okay. It's really, my daughter does the paleo diet and the keto diet. And this is really a little higher in fat, but it's good fat. It's good for you. But you don't have to do coconut milk, but I did today. So I'm just going to pour a half a cup of this into my jar. And it just adds that coconut flavor. Now, it's not sweetened, but it adds a coconut flavor. So I'm just going to add that to my jar. Okay, and on top of that, I'm going to add about a fourth of a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So we're going to have that vanilla taste on top of the coconut. And again, you could probably get a coconut flavoring if you want to put in there, if you want to do that. Okay, and to that, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of real maple syrup. If you don't have the real maple syrup, don't use that old sugar stuff. Don't use that. You could do honey. You could do a little bit of white sugar. You could do anything to sweeten it with.
I think honey sounds good.
Yeah, honey would be a little gooier, but you could still stir it up and it would be fine in there. But I'm going to add some maple syrup. So I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, and I love this maple syrup. And again, you can get this at Kroger's. Some of the farmers markets have it. I think when we were in Athens, there was a gal who had nothing but maple syrup. So, okay, I've got all of the liquids in there. And to this, let's see, what else do I need? Putting that in there. I'm going to give it a toss, just to sort of combine it a little. Okay, on top of that, I'm just going to put my fruit. So today we're going to put, I got a half a cup of blueberries. So let's put them on top.
Yum.
Yeah. And I'm going to put a half a cup of banana. So I'm just going to cut me up a little more than half of the banana. You can put the whole banana in there, whatever. But I'm going to put banana. Now, wouldn't you like to wake up in the morning and have that?
Yes, it looks great.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything I don't like so far.
So I'm just going to go ahead and stick all this in there. Now, if you wanted a little sweeter in the morning when I wake up, if I wanted a little sweeter, which you can't imagine because of all that fruit, I could always put a little more maple syrup on top. And then also it could be a little dry. The oats actually soak that liquid up. And if it's a little dry, just add a little more milk and that would be fine. Okay, to this, I think I'm going to put a dash of cinnamon on top just because that sounds good.
Cinnamon always sounds good.
Sure, a little dash of cinnamon. Cinnamon. Let me put the cap on. And look, that's all ready to go.
And that's beautiful too.
That's it. So you put this in your refrigerator. They suggest leaving it at least 4 hours so that all that can soak up into those oats and those chia seeds.
Okay.
Or you can leave them overnight. That's why they're called an overnight oat. You can leave them for up to 3 days. From what I read on the internet,
wow.
3 days is about as long as you want. There was a couple people said they left them to 5 days and it was still good. I don't know. I think 3 days I'd eat this up.
Yeah. So the oats you used, are those quick oats or long cooking oats, or which oats did you use?
Yes. I fixed one yesterday and I didn't have the old-fashioned oats.
Right.
Which the difference in old-fashioned oats and quick cut, old-fashioned oats are, they're, I can see it or not, they're sort of big and flat.
Right.
The instant oats or the quick cooking oats are chopped up. So they're just little fine pieces. You could use either, but this is what it calls for, is the old-fashioned oats.
Gotcha.
Okay, let me set this back.
I mean, we only usually use the oats in my house for no-bake cookies, so.
Yummy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that's breakfast food though, Bonnie. I'm not really sure.
That's true, but grandchildren, so, it could be.
If they help you put these together, it's something they might really like in the morning.
And I think they would have fun just putting them together with me. I mean, it would be something you could measure out and have fun with.
Sure. And they could chop up whatever they wanted to put in there. I was going to try a tropical one. Had mango and coconut. What else was in there? Pineapple. But I didn't get my pineapple cut up, so I'll have to do that later. But you can do anything you want with these. Any kind of fresh fruit and oats in a liquid.
So we're just starting out always with the oats first and the liquid, and then adding whatever else you want to put in there?
On top, yep.
Yeah, great.
Okay, this next one we're going to do is called Easy Overnight Peach Cobbler.
Ooh. Yeah. Okay, you had me cobbler.
Okay, this one again, the same thing. We start off with our oats. I have a half a cup of oats. Remember, half a cup of your oats and half a cup of your liquid. Okay. So I've got a half a cup of oats. To this, I'm going to put another teaspoon of my chia seed, just because I really like it. Like I say, you can do flaxseed. So I'll put that in there.
Okay.
Okay, this one I'm actually just going to use a 2% milk in. So just to show you that this works too. So I've got my oats and my chia seed. I'm going to stir that up. We're going to put liquid in this one. But this one, I'm going to do a little different with my liquid. I'm going to put 1/4 of a cup of milk. And then I'm going to do 1/4 of a cup of Greek vanilla yogurt. So this is considered my liquid too. So I've got yogurt and milk both in this one. So that's considered your liquid too. Just a little.
Now, is there a reason that you did?
No, I just like yogurt. I like the yogurt has, of course, where's it at? It's full of nutrition, and it's also full of probiotics, and it has acidophilus and things that's really good for your gut in yogurts. Okay. So it's just sort of a nutrition thing for me.
Okay.
And I really enjoy the taste. So let's put another. I'm going to put a teaspoon of vanilla this time. It calls for a little more vanilla. This is a peach cobbler. So some vanilla. And to that, then I'm going to add, it doesn't have maple syrup in it, vanilla oats too. It has the yogurt for your sweetness.
Okay.
And I don't think I'm going to add any more sweet to it. I think that's going to be it. You could add your maple syrup or whatever you want. There's a drip right there. So my topping with this one is going to be peaches. So I've got, I think it's 1/2 cup of peaches. So let me go ahead and scoop those in there. Okay. And then on top of that, I'm going to do again a little bit of cinnamon.
Okay.
So let's put a dash of cinnamon, it says. Okay, I think I've got everything in there. The milk, the yogurt, the oats. Yep, everything's in there. So this one's done. This one isn't quite as full. And I'm going again. Look, I lost a peach. Don't want to lose a peach.
Throw that in
again,
there.
I'm going to put the cap on, the lid, screw it down. And there's another one done. So let me get these in the refrigerator, and let me get the one I've got done out.
Okay.
So the one I did last night is called, it's called an apple pie. Let me see what it looks like. And basically all I did was, I did the oats, and I did cinnamon, and I did the chia seed, and then I did yogurt, right. And then I put apples on top. Now I'm not sure the yogurt is going to be enough to actually make the oats. I might have to add just a little bit of milk, which I do.
Now, do you eat that right out of the jar?
Yep.
Good deal.
I'm going to put just a dab of milk. Just to
saves you on dishes.
Yeah. Soak up the oats a little bit. Now, you could dump it out in a bowl so you could get to everything at once, but here we go.
That looks wonderful.
What happens is those oats, it tastes like an apple pie under there. They're sort of like your crust to an apple pie, so it's really good.
Looks like an apple crisp or something.
That's delicious.
I think that seems like a perfect breakfast.
Yep, all together. Yum.
Yum.
Okay.
Yum.
I agree, yum. Really yum.
Really yum.
Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do an egg. These scrambled eggs I've done for years, and probably a lot of other people's done them. They're actually a coffee mug. You can do them in a coffee mug.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to put it in a clear bowl so you can see it, but you just stir it up in a coffee mug. Works just great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 eggs, and I'm just going to crack them in my coffee mug or in my dish. The only thing with this dish is when it comes out, it's so hot, it's hard to hold. Coffee mug, you have a handle.
True.
And who doesn't have plenty of coffee mugs, right?
Yes, of all shapes and sizes.
So there's my 2 eggs. So I'm just going to beat them up. Sort of break up those yolks. I'm going to season it with a little salt and pepper. And then at this point, you can do whatever you want. This is the same thing as with those oats. It's yours. You make it the way you want. In this, I'm actually going to add a pinch of bacon.
Ooh.
Me and my bacon. Some
red
pepper. So it's going to be sort of like a Western omelet when I'm
that's
done.
Nice.
And then I'm going to take a green onion, and then I'm just going to slice that in there. I did one earlier just to make sure I had the timing right, and it was really good. So I'm just going to stir that all together.
Now, will the timing make any difference with the size or of your bowl or your cup or anything like that?
It didn't seem to. I did my husband one in the coffee mug, and it took the same amount of time as this one did.
Okay,
let me get a little cheese in there.
Oh yes.
I think today I'm going to put a little sharp cheddar cheese in it.
This is a perfect breakfast.
Yep, do a pinch. Cheddar cheese. Okay, now you put this in the microwave for 1 minute and 30 seconds. So let me go put that in the microwave and let you see what happens to it. So just a second. That'll take just a minute.
Now, and 30 seconds.
In 30 seconds.
Did you cover that with anything, or you just put it in there with no cover?
Yep.
Totally.
What happens if you watch it in the microwave, it's sort of scary. The thing puffs way up, and it's like, oh, that thing's going to explode all over my microwave. But it doesn't. It doesn't explode, but it puffs way up. And then when it's finally done and you take it out, it comes back down. But I'll show you what it looks like here in just a minute.
Now I want to try it just to experiment.
Yeah. So actually then, if you think about it, you have a complete breakfast. As soon as my egg comes out, and then I've got my oats, my overnight oats. And so you don't have to eat it all, but I probably would because I'm a big breakfast girl. I love breakfast.
I think breakfast is important. I really think breakfast is, I always have breakfast. Something for breakfast.
And like I say, always remember your water. Always remember your water. And it's got 19 seconds. And then your oats has a lot of fiber. And what I'm doing with the egg, that's protein.
Yes.
Protein you need in the morning. Sometimes your blood sugar will get a little off center. And protein's a good thing to settle that out. So you need a little bit of protein. Let me go get that.
Well, eggs are one of my favorite things anyway, so.
Hot potato. Whoop. I don't know if you can see that or not, Bonnie. Can you see that?
That looks nice, yes.
Isn't that beautiful? Here, I'll show you. Look here. And it's just cooked perfectly.
Wow.
Just a perfect egg.
I have never had eggs cooked in the microwave, so that looks great. I was just getting ready to buy some big Tupperware, like some Tupperware egg cooker for the microwave, but I guess I don't have to.
Just use your coffee mug. Use your coffee mug, 2 eggs, little cheese, whatever you want added in. Pop it in the microwave for 1 minute, 30 seconds, and you've got a complete scrambled egg. This is actually a Western omelet. Delicious.
And plus, you didn't have to have a skillet with any sort of butter in it or anything like that, so it's very healthy.
And I usually don't spray my container. Now I suppose you could, but I don't see any need. It comes right out. So
yeah. It looks great.
Show you here. I'm gonna get it out on a plate and I'll show you what it looks like. Here, my Western omelet.
Wow.
And then let me scoop out some of my oats.
I'm coming to your house for breakfast.
Tomorrow. There we go.
Tomorrow, I'm coming to your house for breakfast.
Look at that.
Oh my gosh, that looks amazing. I would eat that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
So
It's so nutritious. So make sure you keep these things in mind when you're getting ready for breakfast.
I'm going to stock up on some of those supplies so I have them so I can throw some oats in the overnight. That'll be fun.
Now I can't say when I made this one last night, I didn't stir the liquid into the oats and it didn't get down in there very far. So I think I would give that a stir before you put your fruit on top, just so it gets down in there.
And that
So
should make it better. Yeah.
Little thing that I learned. Yeah.
Good.
So,
well, we learn something every day, right?
Yep. Remember, we want to keep healthy, and this is one of the ways we keep healthy is a good breakfast. Exactly. And we want to keep independent. So this sort of keeps us independent if we're healthy and then productive. Keep us hip.
So that would be hip, right? We're going to be hip, healthy, independent, and productive.
Yeah.
And you're helping us keep that way. So we appreciate you every week helping us say that way.
Good.
All right.
Next week, I'm not sure. I'll tell you what I'm hungry for. I'm hungry for meatloaf. What do you think?
Ooh, I have not had meatloaf in a long time.
Well,
I'm missing a lot of meals right now.
Yeah. I think we're going to do a meatloaf.
Okay, that sounds great.
The one I use has a lot of vegetables in it again. So again, you're getting a lot of vegetables in there.
Okay, that sounds great. That'll be next week.
Yep.
Thank you for this week and thank you for breakfast.
You're
always
welcome.
Fun. It's always
good
fun.
to see everybody.
All right, I'll put the recipes up and everybody can follow the guidelines.
Very good. Thanks, Bonnie. Have a good day.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.